Hello everyone, this is Polymorphic from TRiBot. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how you can download and set up TRiBot for scripting. And to do that, we're going to have to download a few programs first. So I'm hoping that you already have TRiBot downloaded and installed. You have an account set up. You're also going to need to purchase VIP so that you can actually run scripts on your local machine. Then you're going to need to download this program called IntelliJ. It's an IDE which allows you to write code very swiftly, very easily. That comes with a lot of cool features, comes with plugins, and it can help you speed up your development process. And it's used by almost every Java developer and Kotlin developer just because it's the best, most recommended IDE out there for Java and Kotlin. So download that. Make sure you get the Community Edition. You don't need the Ultimate Edition for this tutorial. So just get the Community Edition. And once you've installed that, come to this URL. It's the repo, the official repo actually, for the TRiBot script template. So just go ahead and clone that. So we're going to be cloning it via HTTPS protocol. So we'll just copy that, and we'll open up IntelliJ, and we'll clone that. All right, so we'll hit get from VCS, and then we'll paste in the URL like so, and we'll hit clone. So just give that a few minutes to start downloading and updating and running a bunch of background tasks. If you see this, just click automatically, and you'll see the README again. So for the initial setup, it tells you what you need to do. So it even says IntelliJ is recommended. Make sure Gradle is set to use Java 11, and then perform a Gradle refresh. Okay, so I'm just going to check to make sure that, okay, so it hasn't set an SDK yet. It should do that on its own. So we'll let that happen. In the meantime, as it's going through the background tasks, we'll take a look at our libraries folder. Okay, never mind. Okay, so it just finished. So we'll double check again to make sure that, okay, it is Java 11. So make sure it's Java 11. You don't actually need to download the SDK manually from Oracle. You can download it through the through the IDE. Actually, it'll ask you to download if you want right here. See, download JDK. So just make sure you're using JDK 11. Okay, so once that is done, perform a Gradle refresh, like so. Okay, so we'll go into our libraries folder. This is going to contain all like the API that our scripts are going to use and need. And it's going to contain a bunch of reusable code so that we can use it in all of our scripts. We want our code to be reusable as possible so that all of our scripts can use the code. So here we have our class called sample helper, which was generated by Nathan1. As you can see, it contains a static method called getHello. It returns string type string, and it just prints hello world. So now if we go into our scripts folder right here, this is going to contain all of our scripts. So we have our first script under our directory called my script, and you'll have to create new directories for all of your scripts. And they'll also be nested under the source, so you'll have to create a source folder and then create a scripts folder underneath, nested inside of that source folder. And then we can open up our script. So make sure that whenever you create a script, that the actual class for that, like for the TRiBot script, is in that scripts directory and nowhere else, not nested in anything else, directly in that parent directory. So we'll open up my script, and the first thing you'll notice is that it already has some sample code, and it has this weird TRiBot script manifest up here. This is called an annotation. So what this annotation is doing, it's basically saying, okay, our script's name, this is our script name, the author, the category, it could be woodcutting fishing, and the description of our script. So that's going to be recognized by TRiBot itself when we go to run the script ourselves, and it's very important that all your scripts have this manifest. So whenever you're creating a script, you should always be implementing this class or this interface called TRiBot script. You need to do that so that it can be recognized as a script by TRiBot so that you can execute it. And then it's always going to have this method right here. You're always going to have to implement it. This is the main logic. This is where the magic happens in our scripts. This is how scripts work. So this method right here is always going to be invoked first when you run a script. Just like with the main method, if you already know how program, like if you already understand or have some experience with programming, just think of this as the main method for the JVM, even though it's not. It's just the main method for a script called execute. It's a little outdated, but what it's saying right here is arguing that it's not annotated, it's not null. That's because this method, this method has to be annotated with that because that's what the original interface has. It's saying that args must be annotated as not null because the interface method is annotated as not null. So we'll see this comment. This is a comment. It's just saying call our shared library class. So it's not really doing anything. It's complaining that we're not storing this variable. It's not doing nothing. So in order to store that, we can just say string, and then we'll call it hello world. And then now we can print that string to the TRiBot bot client console. So to do that, you just type in log, and that's coming directly from the TRiBot script SDK, and then hit dot, and then you can see we can do info debug. So we'll just say debug, and then we'll type in the variable hello world. We'll delete this. This doesn't really matter right now. This is just getting a resource, like some text file, and then printing out the resource. We don't need that. So we'll delete that. We'll delete this comment too. We don't need that. And we'll just have it print out hello world. So in order to do that, we'll go into tasks again, go under build and hit build. And this is just going to compile our scripts, all of our scripts in fact, and it's going to be placed inside of the bin folder. Okay, so it looks like it has been built successfully in 5 seconds, so we'll minimize that. We'll open up our TRiBot, and hopefully you guys have TRiBot already installed. So hit start script, and then on the left panel here, all of your scripts for your account will show up. We're looking for the script that we just created and compiled, so it should be under, I think, the template category, because that's what it, so it's going to be under this category. We're going to create it locally, but it won't be there if you have your own script in the repo. So we'll go all the way down. We'll see right here, template, and then we'll see our actual script called my example script. So here you can choose which account you want to use. We'll just use my basic throwaway account and hit start. All right, so you'll notice that ran so fast that they pretty much like did nothing from our perspective. But if you look at the console, it did something. So it said that random thread disabled for the script. Script started, and the name my script from the metadata, right? And it printed to the client console saying hello world, and then the script ended because there was nothing else, just 2 lines, and that's it. So we ran our first script, and we were able to successfully print hello world to the console. So in the next video, I'm going to be showing you how you can actually structure scripts and learn from the Java docs, which contains all of the packages and classes and methods that you'll need to write your script. So you can come here yourself. All the links will be in the description, and you can start actually browsing through. So if you click on org.tribot.script.sdk, the very first class is called bank, and it says description, utilities for interacting with the RuneScape bank. So you'll notice it says, like, if you go down, it'll say utilities for this. Most of the API is going to be utility. So it's going to be a bunch of static methods. But we'll go into detail later. But go ahead and click on, I don't know, bank, and you can see the class name is bank. It extends object. It's telling you to look at query.bank as well. We'll get into the query system later, but the query system is going to be the bread and butter for the actual script logic. But as you see, the method summary, so all the methods in this class are pretty much static. You can see that, static boolean, blah, blah, blah. Close, contains, deposit. So these are all actual useful methods that are going to be used in our upcoming script. So that's going to be it. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next video.